It's late at night, you're home alone, just starting to drift off to sleep, when suddenly, a violent pounding at your front door. Instantly, you're wide awake. Your heart is hammering against your ribs, and your muscles are primed to sprint out the back door. You didn't decide to feel terrified. You didn't weigh the odds or think through an escape plan. In that moment, your conscious mind isn't even in the driver's seat. This highlights a central principle in psychology. Everything psychological is also biological. To understand how you feel, we have to look at the chemistry of the body. To understand how fear actually works, we need to freeze this split-second moment of panic and trace the invisible chemical cascade that just took over your entire system. In the very first millisecond after that noise, the sound waves hit your ears, and that sensory input shoots straight into your body's high-speed network, the nervous system. This animated diagram shows a single neuron, the fundamental transmitter cell of that lightning-fast network. These bushy branches at the top are the dendrites, which act as listeners, picking up signals from other cells. They pass that information down to the long cable-like fiber called the axon, which serves as the talker. When triggered, an electrical charge called an action potential fires down the length of the axon until it reaches the microscopic space between cells, known as the synaptic gap. Here, chemical couriers, specifically excitatory neurotransmitters, jump that tiny gap, latching onto the neighboring cell to instantly trigger alertness. This entire neural sequence operates a lot like a text message. It delivers a warning almost instantaneously, but a text message alone doesn't have the energy to fuel a massive physical bodily reaction. Deep inside your brain, a region called the hypothalamus processes that loud bang and immediately activates the endocrine system. It sends its first signal to the pituitary gland. This tiny structure acts as the master gland, taking the brain's alarm and bossing around the rest of the glands in your body. This vector map traces what happens next. You can see the chemical command traveling down from the brain straight to a pair of adrenal glands snuggled right on top of your kidneys. Once activated, these glands secrete adrenaline directly into your bloodstream. This fight-or-flight hormone floods your system, jacking up your heart rate, spiking your blood pressure, and dumping stored sugar into your blood to serve as immediate muscle fuel. Compared to the instant text messages of your nervous system, the endocrine system operates more like snail mail. The hormones have to physically travel through your blood, which takes slightly longer to arrive, but they hit with a massive, lingering impact. Your lungs are expanding, your pupils are dilated, and every fiber of your being is fully energized to either fight off an intruder or run for your life. Adrenaline has completely saturated your tissues, temporarily converting your body into an involuntary machine operating purely on survival instinct. Let's say a few minutes pass, and you realize it was just the wind slamming a loose screen door. The threat is gone, but your hands are still shaking. Your nervous system switches off its warning signals the moment you realize you're safe, but the hormones dumped into your blood take a lot longer to clear out. This flowchart illustrates the fear feedback loop, showing how your body's chemical reaction actively sustains your psychological panic. Those lingering hormones circulate back to brain receptors, keeping the alarm sounding even when your logic knows you're safe. Charles Darwin's work on natural selection frames this reaction as a deeply ingrained survival mechanism. These adaptive behaviors are conserved throughout the evolutionary process because they kept our ancestors alive. The next time you're startled in the dark, remember this feedback loop, from brain to gland to hormone and back, is exactly what keeps you alive.